Hi guys, John with you again, and it's time for an unboxing. Yes, an unboxing. I love the unboxing videos. They seem to be pretty popular. Then again, when you think of it, when I'm thinking of buying a kit, one of the first things I do is check on eBay to see has anybody unboxed it. In other words, what am I going to get within that box? A lot of people do. They go into too much detail. Spend ages looking at parts and things like that. With me, unboxings, what I want to see. Basically, what do you get? What do you get? What are the condition of the pieces? Is there loads of flash on them? Is there big thick seam lines? All that kind of stuff. And literally, what is in the box? What extras do you get? What are the decals like? What are the instructions like? Are they easy to follow, or is it sort of 40 steps? Something that could be 40 steps put down into one step. In other words, it's just jam-packed. Typical example being dragon kits. They're full of loads of things in there, and then when you get sort of halfway down your instructions, you find, hang on, I should have put that bit. There's a piece here that appears. I have it here in the sprue. They're showing it on the yoke, but nowhere is it telling me to fit it. Things like that. That type of stuff. That's what I'm looking for in an unboxing. So anyway, this unboxing, let's get on to this one. I'm doing a trumpeter model again. Yes, a trumpeter kit. It's a pretty, it's an oldish trumpeter kit. It's one of their older ones. I do like the older kits because you pick them up for really good, reasonable money. I got this even for more reasonable again. It was sent to me as a gift by Greg Riley. Sent me on this as a gift. So what is it? It's this one. It's the Russian T-54A model 1951. As you can see, as I said, it's a trumpeter kit. It's the white box trumpeter kits. Okay, the box art is quite simple. It's just a picture of the tank. Pretty unimpressive box art, as box art goes. There's no big scene around it or anything like that, but it's a case of that's the tank you're going to get. On the side here, it gives you two more pictures of the built-up kit. A little bit of info here in Chinese and things in the model brief. Basically, the Russian T-54 tank model 1951, plastic assembly models, 1/35 scale. The length is 265 millimeters and its full width is 96 millimeters. So, I love a couple of little bits and pieces like that. On this side of the box, it gives you a picture again of it and a little bit of the history on the tank itself. Right, the ends are pretty unimpressive. It's just sort of a smaller version of the main box art. But that's the box art. Who gives a shit about box art? I don't. Anyway, we want to know what's inside in the box. So bear with me. We'll go down to the bench. We'll have a look at what's in the box. Where's my mouse gone? Right, so here we are around the bench. I just stuck this board down that will kind of keep things reasonably clean, because my bench is in its usual busy, dirty form. I'm a dirty worker, I am. I've got things everywhere, little bits of God knows what else. But anyway, so don't worry about this little circle of light here that's not on the box. It's a reflection from my circular light. So let's take the top off the box and see what we get inside. As you see, we get nice bags of plastic. Yep, that's what we get inside it. So, there you go, there's your unboxing. No, great. That's not good enough. Right, so we got 1, 2, 3 bags of parts. We get a base. That back a bit of detail on the base. We get 2 rubber band tracks. Some people hate them, some people don't mind them, some people love them. Me, I'm in the second one. I don't really mind them, they don't bother me too much. I never go to the bother of buying aftermarket. I've never bought aftermarket tracks. Not saying that I never will, but I just never have so far. So anyway, right, there's our tracks. We get another bag here with some mesh, some clear parts, and a bit of rope. And we get our instructions. Mind that is not part of it. We get our instructions. So I take the box away. we'll put the plastic here behind me, and we'll open it one by one as we get through it. And we'll start off here with the instructions. Okay, so it's a plain paper, booklet form, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. Front page gives us our colour call out, picture of the model, info there, Russian T-54 model 1951, application of decals, decals, transfers and stickers. We get you sort of the tools required up here, and we get into the construction of it. So I'll just bring down the camera just a little bit, just for this bit, okay? Now, let's start off the construction of the wheels. Then we're into suspension and attaching the wheels. Okay, fitting our drive sprocket. We got to make ourselves some holes, cutting our mesh to size to fit in behind the panels. And then we're fitting on that panel. Now this step here, I must admit, is quite busy. It is quite busy. There's lots of little bits inside it. We've got the little support bits, we've got the exhaust port, we've got the rear engine deck, got some covers to go onto that. We've got our Pioneer tools. They're going on very early, actually, I must say. We've got mud guards, that washboard that goes on the front of it. Lights. Yeah, there's loads going on here very, very early. We've got some of our clear parts going in underneath as well. So that's step number 5, the upper hull assembly. Step 6, then we're into all the storage boxes and fuel and all that kind of thing, our tow rope. Right, 7 is our track. Putting on our track. Also sort of tells us about sticking in our batteries for the remote control model. This isn't the remote control model. Step 9 is the installation of the top, fitting the whole thing together. Our unditching log, our holders for the fuel cans, our rear mud guards, the 12.7 heavy machine gun that goes on the turret, our barrel. We got to drill some holes here by the looks of that. Yeah, we got to drill some holes and things. No, sorry, I apologise. We're fitting on our little hooks and things. Okay, sticking on an antenna. How to make an antenna? Use a bit of stretched sprue. I don't do that. I use guitar string, which I will show you, and you've already seen me doing it, and I'll do it again in this one, so I'll show you how to do it later on. Fitting our cupolas for the driver and loader, or gunner, whichever they may be. Fitting on some handrails, other little daldioides there that go on the thing. Sticking our barrel on the hatch covers, and finally then sticking on our turret onto the body of it. Okay, then it gives us the sprue map, and then applying of painting and decals. So we get a couple of different versions. We've Finland, late 1980s. We've got the USR, invasion of Czechoslovakia, in 1968. We can go for that one. You've got the PAVN 202 Armoured Regiment, March 1972. Now that's the People's Army of Vietnam, as far as I know, which is North Vietnamese Army. And we've got a Poland on exercise, early 1960. This is the one I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to do the PAVN, so the People's Army of Vietnam, 202nd Armoured Regiment, March 1972. Why not? I suppose that's it. And then for finish, we've got a blank page. So that's our instructions. Very nice. Like I said, there is one step there that has quite a lot in it. Right, we're going to our bag of sprues. I want to find out the condition. What's the moulding like? What's the plastic like? And you know, have huge seam lines on it. Because it's an old kit, is it being sort of pumped out so many times that the mould have gone bad? You know what I mean? If the moulds have slipped slightly. I've often seen that. It's like as if the mould moves. No, I'll bring our camera back up again. It's like as if the mould moves while it was being moulded, and you get a kind of an offset, which can be a bit of a bugger, if you don't mind me saying. So anyway, we start off. We get our turret part. Now it's got a nice bit of texture to it there. Very, very nice actually. It's got there, you know, you can see the sort of the cast texture. Excuse me, better give up on cigarettes, bad for me. And we've got our 12.7 HMG there as well. We've got our mud guards. Now, I don't see any flash. I do not see any flash whatsoever. Moulding is quite good. Plastic, it's not bad. It's quite good. We got ejector pin marks. They're all on the inside there so far. How about our little machine gun here now? We usually get a bit of it. Yeah, we got sinkholes here. No ejector pin marks, but we do have a sort of a big sinkhole just there and one little one there. Maybe we can fill them up a bit. We'll see how it all goes together. I mean, hopefully something will fit in over that you won't see them. So that's our turret part. This is Sprue E. And here we go with a big busy sprue. It's Sprue B. We've got or hold on a second, so you can get some more light on the subject there. I was just letting that motorcycle pass outside because it's bloody loud. I have to have the windows open. It's so warm in here. Normally we'd just be pretty quiet, but like I said, I have to have the windows open with the heat. And here he's back. There we go. Have fun for yourself, young men. Right, we've got our unditching log. No, not great detail, I must admit. But then again, you never know what these things are like when they're painted. Sometimes they can come out quite nice. You can always add a little bit of extra detail to that. It's quite easy to do. Just a scalpel, you can scrape in bits and pieces to it. We've got our fuel cans. A little bit of flash here on some of these covers, as you can see. Just a little bit of flash there on that hatch cover there and here. It's the only bit of flash I've seen so far. Yeah, it seems to be quite okay. I'm quite happy with that so far. I'm looking forward to get into that. Look at the backs of it there. Yeah, any place that sort of you can see that's going to be seen. It doesn't have any ejector pin marks, and I haven't seen any more of those little horrible sinkholes. Both need filling and cleaning. Well, here's another machine gun, so whether you get to use the one that was on the turret or this one, I don't know, but this one seems to be much better molded. No sinkholes in that one, and it does have those little plugs like you see on the Dragon kits. That gives you the ejector pin is on that rather than on the piece itself. Right, there's the holders for the fuel cans and things. A little bit of flash here can be easily cleaned off. Flash is very, very easy cleaned off. But like I said, the reason I look for flash is because of that moving of the molds. And you know, if the mold isn't a tight fit, it means flash. Your plastic is going to sort of seep out through it. And if they're slightly offset, you're going to have problems with fitting sometimes. So that sprue seems okay. Just a tiny bit of flash. Molding is pretty okay. It's not, say, up to high kit top top priced stuff, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually quite good. Reminds me of the older Tamiya ones, but it's very good, and I'm happy with that. Right, on to our second bag. Now in this bag we seem to have a couple of sprues. We can give it an opening. Plastic away so we don't sort of choke the small children. Right, so we've got 4 sprues in this bag. A big one and 3 little ones. Right, we've got our third copula, ancillary bits and pieces, sprue J2. So we've no flash again, moulding is okay. We've already looked at the quality of the plastic. Ejector pin marks are on the inside. So if you want it open, I'd say you have to kind of get rid of that one. But I'm not going to have it open, I'm going to have it closed, because like I said, this is only just going to be a standalone display one, so therefore I'm not going to have it opening and closing and things like that. Okay, we've got some of our boxes and things, seem to be nice. Some other parts which I haven't the faintest idea what they are, and that's sprue J1. And we've got our barrel. Yes, it's a 2-piece barrel with our muzzle brake, our muzzle tip. It's not a muzzle brake, because the muzzle brake is the holes in it, but our tip of the muzzle is 1 piece. That's literally a case of do it and find out how it goes together, really. Seems okay so far anyway. We'll suck 'em and see, so to say. Right, we've got our deck, our main deck. Now it seems very, very clean and clear. Some people now would use a bit of Mr. Surfacer on that to get a bit of rolled steel kind of effect onto it. I don't bother with that. Quite happy with doing that in with the finishing off of it and the painting and things like that. Okay, so our parts now are pretty okay, pretty nice. Don't know what they are, so I'm not going to sort of spend time telling you what they are when I don't know myself. We've got our light guards here. They seem to be okay, and the connector between the piece and the sprue itself are nice and small. Nothing worse than a big chunky thing connecting it to the connecting the piece to the sprue, because you're only sort of leaving a chance of damaging the piece and getting it off or cutting off too much. But these are nice and thin, nice small piece connectors. So that is sprue A1. So if there's an A1, there's more than likely going to be an A2. Okay, so that's our second bag of bits. Our last bag of bits. Alright, and here we have our Decals, Decals, transfers, stickers, as Simon Kemp would say. Whatever you call them, it's okay with me, he says. Right, plastic bags to beat the band. We'll have a look at them in a minute. We'll just put them to the side. Right, here apparently we seem to have another barrel. So it comes with 2 barrels. Okay, so we've got another barrel here. Why, I don't know. I'm sure we find out when we start the construction of it. We've got our wheel nuts. Okay, they're the polycap type things, but they're not quite as flexible, say, as the normal polycaps. But there are covers anyway for the wheels. It's bolty, all the bolts and that kind of thing is on them. I don't know what they're called, so Brian's asking me. Right, here are this sprue. This is sprue D. And on sprue D we've got our wheels, we've got our drive sprockets, our return rollers, and we've got our suspension pieces. Alright, now let's look at the wheels and see what the moulding is like in those wheels. Now that to me is very nice. It really is. Okay, I know they're nice big kind of seam line down the centre of them, but it's not that bad. It isn't that bad actually. It should come off quite easy. Nothing really more I can say about that. You know, the condition is quite good. There's no flash, which is handy, especially when you got pieces like that. If there's flash in them, they're a bother to clean. The anthelites, they really, really are. So they seemed quite nice on our suspension pieces. Again, nicely moulded. Here's their suspension arms, and they're grand. Sprue D, our wheels. Okay, so that's the last of our sprues. Now we're into the bathtub style hull. Now, as we saw in the instructions, it's the same hull that comes with the remote control kit, so we're going to have our little pieces there. Sometimes they give you a little piece to stick in there. I don't know yet, I'm sure we'll find out. But it does have a little bit of detail on the bottom of it, probably escape hatches or whatever, inspection hatches, probably the sump for the engine, things like that. Do we have a date inside it? We have 2000, so it's not actually that old, 18 years old. It is old. That's a long time for some people and not a long time for others. It seems okay. It seems quite nice. Seems quite solid. It doesn't look warped or anything like that. Just checking the old. Give it a look down. You can see whether it's warped or not, and that doesn't appear to be warped to me. Anyway, I'm quite happy with that. I'm looking forward to getting started in this. And like I said, I'm going to do this in the NVA style. Right. We've got our rubber tracks. Right, well done, John. That's it. Knock everything in flipping sight. Notice how unprofessional my whole channel is. It's great. I love it. I don't profess to be a professional modeler. I don't profess to be a professional video or anything like that. I'm just your average Joe, and I enjoy what I do. I may not be the best. Not the worst either, but I know I'm not the best. But I do my bit and I enjoy it. And I think that's what the whole main thing about modelling is. As long as you enjoy it and get a bit of fun out of it. Okay. Right, there's our tracks. They seem to be okay detail wise. You know, they're not just plain sometimes you get them, you got all your detail on that side and you turn it over and it's flat as a bloody pancake. You got your guide horns, but that's about it, you know. You've got your extra little bit of plastic every fifth or sixth guide horn there, just a bit of a cleaning off on them and they'll be grand. Detail is okay. Slightly warped, but you know, they'll straighten themselves out when you get them together. I wouldn't glue them. I don't glue them. I sort of stick them through and do the old melty thing on them, pop them through, pop, heated screwdriver, and there's the screwdriver I use for that, and I just heat that up, just touch it off it, push it down with your finger, and that works. It does the job. You don't need freaking see people using staples and God knows what else. I don't think you need them, but there you go, they'll work. Our rubber tracks. Right, in this bag we've got a piece of mesh, bit of nylon mesh. I won't take it out of the bag because the more you handle it, the more it starts to come apart. Anybody that's done that knows. We've got our clear parts. Now, I'm not really 100% fond of this type of clear part. I do prefer the sort of the styrene, clear styrene ones, if you know what I mean, where you actually get a sprue rather than, say, a piece of plastic that has the clear plastic that has the shape kind of cut out into them, because you got to cut them out yourself. But the handy thing about them is that if you make a mistake or you cut too much off, you have a little bit extra that you can cut a new one out of. Yeah, and we got a bit of rope there for our tow ropes. And again, I make my own tow ropes. I use bits of wire, 4 or 5 bits of wire, and spin them together. So it does the job. Okay, so there we got our clear parts, our bit of mesh, and a rope. So all that's left are the decals, transfers, stickers. So I'll just have to slip one side of it here with a knife. There. So let's have a look at these. Now they are a bit shiny. They seem a bit thick. Not too thick. No, I've seen thicker. But they're grand. They're grand. They'll do the job. I'm quite happy with that. These are the ones I'm going to be using here. These two North Vietnamese ones. So we won't be worried about the Polish ones here, or the Finnish ones there, or the Russian ones down there. But they'll be handy in the spares box. Yes, everybody has a spare decal box that they keep all their spare decals and things in. So there we go, lads. That's it, and that's the kit. Excuse me. And that's what you get inside in your box. And you pick up this kit very, very reasonable. Like I said, the older kits are always cheaper. Of course, they're always cheaper because there's newer ones out. And I find nothing wrong with the older ones, because it's all down to the painting and the finishing. You know what I mean? You can go off and spend a fortune and get one of the top of the range bloody kits, put it together absolutely beautiful, and then you go paint it, and then get a cheaper one of the exact same kit, build it up, get everything right, paint it, put them side by side, and ask someone which is the dearest of the two kits. I can guarantee you something with, not with all kits, not with all, some of a vast difference, but a majority of them, people wouldn't be able to tell which is the dear one and which is the cheap one. Okay, so that's it, lads. Like I always say, go out and enjoy your modelling. That's the main thing. Go out and buy yourself a kit, build it, and enjoy it. Okay, that's the main thing. Enjoy it, enjoy it. That's what it's all about. So this is John signing off, saying I'll catch you on the next one, lads. Stay safe, be nice to one another, and I'll catch you again pretty soon. So stay tuned to the channel for more. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. So I'll catch you in the next one. Be nice. Ta-da.